Greetings, travelers. This is Channel 42's In the Cafe. Welcome. Today we're broadcasting at the Channel 42 studio. Today we have a very, very special guest, a new member to the cafe. Today we have American Psycho. Welcome. How are you today?
Oh, thank you, thank you. I'm doing good. How are you doing today?
I'm great. I'm great. Don't mind the joking around and whatnot. It's sort of a great, fun atmosphere and a great day today. Um, Welcome to the show. It's a real pleasure having you. We've seen a
Sure
lot
thing.
of your videos these days. So tell us about yourself. How are you?
I'm good. Yeah, I started to flood your your cafe with all those videos.
That's
Um,
okay. That's okay. We certainly don't mind a little bit of spam here or there. It's good to get your
right?
name out, right? And people who haven't
Yes.
seen your stuff, it's good to see it.
That's yeah. I mean, people are great in this community. I mean, I'm surprised that I have so many people watching the videos as I do. It surprises the hell out of me.
Well, it's true. There's a lot of people have watched your videos, and sometimes, that doesn't always get the attention they deserve. And so, that's kind of my thing is I like to make sure I give people a little attention sometimes. And, you were one of the people that sort of popped in there right all of a sudden. It was fantastic. You came into the cafe and announced yourself and made a few posts, and I was like, oh, you know what? This is fantastic. Because we've only seen a few of your videos through the PBF Discord and sometimes on Amino Hub, Amino. Um,
Yeah.
but since you put them all in the cafe, we were able to watch them, and it was really kind of a special moment for me when that happened. Is I was watching it live as you were doing this, and as you're dropping the videos, I would watch each one, and I hadn't actually seen them all in full because I've only seen snippets of here or there, or wherever I'd caught them, wherever you've posted them. And to
Right.
see them back to back to back to back was amazing. All the art and the different forms and structures that you've created, it really showed a lot of skill in the complexity levels that you've done over time, and a wide variety of different skills. Like not just like houses and boxes,
Yeah.
but like really detailed decor and the colors and use of color to create mood. Um,
Mm-hmm.
how the hell do you do that stuff?
Um, I really can't pinpoint to a certain thing you do. It all has its thing. Finding the place, location is the key, I think.
Oh,
Location and having the electromagnetic things now, it kind of shaves off that our creativity, well, my creativity a little bit because I can't build anywhere I want to unless I put up, solar panel towers or something.
right.
But I don't know. But once what was it Kibbles? Yeah, Kibbles had that video because you only can make what square rectangle buildings for so long, and there's so many of those you can make without repeating yourself. And once I saw that video of the glitch building video, I was able to finally do a circle build or a cylinder build, which meant my first house with the half window panes, like looking out of the sunset or sunrise. That was like my big thing I wanted to do,
Yeah.
which was really popular actually.
You know what? There's been some really awesome designs. That was one of the ones that I admired myself, but I was never able to really get it. Sometimes I have a little bit of difficult time with the adjacency glitch and some of the other methods that are talked about over the PBF Discord server. Uh, that's it's really interesting how all these people that are come together over the PBF Discord, and it really in recent times we've seen a lot of scattered great builders. They're scattered all around the universe and the different communities, and they seem to be all congregating really really nicely over the PBF Discord, and you're one of them.
Hmm.
Whereabouts are you from? Like what part of the United States or North America are you from?
Yes, I'm in sunny state of Florida.
Oh, nice. What's the weather like right now?
Hot as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's always hot and humid here, man. And even like it's supposed to be winter, we don't have winters. It seems like anymore.
Oh, geez.
So,
Yeah. Well, is that a good thing or a bad thing? I mean, depends.
as long as you have AC, it's a good thing. If you don't have AC, it's a bad thing.
Yeah, no kidding. AC for the win.
Uh-huh.
I live in British Columbia, Canada, and we get
Okay.
a little of everything. We don't get too hot. We never get too cold, so it's kind of nice. AC
Awesome.
is only needed for a couple of weeks of the year out here. Um,
Really?
yeah,
Wow.
yeah, it's kind of nice, but at the same time, there's a lot of rain. So You know,
Okay.
you're good with your bad. You never know what you're going to get with weather here, but it is beautiful. So I love my little province. Um,
Awesome.
Now, Florida,
The
are
only
you
thing I
like
don't
near the
do.
water, or are you like sort of
Yes.
swampland, or where are
No,
you?
I'm on the Gulf Coast side.
Oh,
It's
neat.
actually in between Tampa and Fort Myers, if you've heard of those.
Yes, I
It's like right
have.
in the middle. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm right in
great.
the middle of those.
Nice, man. Oh, dude, you get some lots of ocean time in there. Do you surf or paddle or anything?
No, no, I actually don't go in the water anymore. It's just there's like just kind of bad stuff out in the water right now. Sometimes they close the beaches because of what is it?
Red tide?
Skin eating bacteria,
Oh, ooh,
like
worse.
yeah, just stuff like that, and
Okay,
just
yeah,
over
not good.
ugh. So
Yeah,
no, I don't go in the ocean much anymore.
yeah. Wear your exosuit in the water. There you go.
There
Okay.
you go. Absolutely.
So I see you've got what looks like the anomaly or the entity
Yeah.
outfit.
Yeah.
What made you decide to go with the anomaly?
I wasn't feeling very alienish, I guess, at the
Uh-huh.
time, and it looked kind of like a stormtrooper. I'm a Star Wars fan,
Yeah.
so it looked kind of like a stormtrooper. I had him decked out with white and black at one point, but I don't know. I just never. And after time, I got into building. I just don't even. I actually haven't seen my character much like this,
What?
but I haven't changed them at all.
Yeah, well, that answers one of my questions that I usually ask is what is your favorite thing to do? And obviously building is that thing. And
Yeah.
when you get into a mode, you really don't care about a lot of the other things.
Mm-mm.
Star Wars is one of the great things in this game that have been talked about and used in not necessarily the lore, but like the ships and a lot of things look very
Oh
similar and
yeah.
have a lot of similarities. We even have a brother, Amino, with the Galactic Empire, and they're all
Oh
Star Wars
wow.
based and role play, and it's a lot of fun as well. If you're interested after the show, I'll put you in touch with the leader over there if you're interested
Yeah, that'd be
in
cool.
checking that out. And so on, yeah. So Star Wars is great. I love that you like the stormtrooper look, and you're not alone in thinking that there's a lot of similarities with Star Wars, and a lot of people are having a lot of fun with that, myself included. Um, so building is your thing. Is that
Hmm.
what you've always done, or is that just something you've
No.
come into recently?
Let's see. After found was it Foundations, I think, came out. That's when they introduced your basic base building, and you could grow things and sell them.
Yeah.
And that what brought me back, because I first day player, and I played it for about a month, and then it was just kind of kind of boring. And then once Foundations came out, I came back, and that's when I started making your basic farm and finding out what I should build or make to get some money. And that's when I discovered I had the blueprints for that fusion igniter and the other one that
Ooh.
in that time was like worth 80 million a piece.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm doing that.
Yeah,
So
those were
I
good money
just
makers.
yeah, just played the game as anyone would play it, and got my units up when I heard the next update was coming,
Hmm.
and I heard you could get freighters and blah 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 and stuff. I started really busting my hump to get those made, and I got over 2 billion in units before next came out. But the funny thing is, I kept getting these storage space. Building in storage is like you got to have space to put your supplies in, and there was never enough storage space back then in No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
So I kept getting these things called nanites. I never heard of them before. Like, what are these? There was no. I didn't go online very much, so I didn't get to, So I was kind of like in lost on what these were, but they would take up space. So I would
Yeah.
delete all these. I had thousands of them. Would
Oh
delete them.
no.
And I didn't know that those were needed when the update came out to get your ship like modded up and stuff. I was like, oh my god! After all those,
Ah.
there were so many I deleted. I
You know,
just
you're
couldn't
not
believe it.
alone. I did that too. I had enough, and I went, okay, a few thousand is good. I don't know what it's for, but I got some, and I must have deleted thousands more,
Oh
or
yeah,
sold them or whatever. And yeah, I know it.
yeah. I've kicked
Um,
myself in the face after the update came out. They
yeah,
changed my ship, which kind of upset me, but that's okay.
they've done that to a few of us. My ships have been changed as well a few times. My one wing moniker ship is now gone. They have to fix that. I guess that's coming in a patch, maybe. I don't know. I'll keep sending Zendisk
Right?
tickets. Others have had other wings changed on their 38 slot
Yeah.
fighters and
If they knew how
haulers.
long, if they knew how long I sat there and waited for this certain particular fighter to come, after all the weeks of coming back to that trade post and looking, wow, this kind of broke my heart when I came to the game. And my ship was changed. It was the one thing they changed that I liked about the original ship.
Yeah.
But
And
that's
then they
okay though.
changed it. Yeah, that does happen. You know what? Send in a Zendisk ticket, and they may even change that or fix it. You know, sometimes little glitches or bugs, they know they're there, but they
Yeah,
don't work on it because there's not a lot of attention brought to it, and so people just
yeah.
forget about those little things. So definitely keep sending those tickets out, and they'll eventually get to them, hopefully
Oh,
sooner than
they've
later.
grown on me. It's okay. I like them now. They're grown on me.
Right on. So now, what brings you back to the game? I mean, you played it back then in Foundation and started your love again for the game. What keeps bringing you back? This is like we're talking 2.5, 3 years later now.
Yeah, this is the most hours I've put into a game I've ever owned. I mean, I still baffle myself, but I think it's all pent up creativity I had when I was a kid. It's just I have to feel like I have to get these out. I don't know. It's like this urge to build and make these creations as fast as I can,
It's a
and
hobby. Well, it's very
yeah, I
much
guess
like
it
a
has
hobby.
become. Yeah, it has become that almost like a job. Except I don't get paid for it, but it's cool. I enjoy it. Brandy.
Well, yeah. I mean, nobody gets paid for the hobbies, but
Oh no, no, no.
these are things I enjoy myself, just having fun and hanging out with guys around the cafe and other communities. Um, it's a thankless job, and gosh, I don't know what it would be like if we actually got paid for it. That would be more of a dream than anything, to be able to get paid and not have to worry about anything. So, uh, you you've been playing this for so long, and the creativity has kept you going. Do you have a lot more creativity in you? Like,
I
are you
don't
running dry,
know.
or have you got some great ideas you just can't wait to put out there?
Well, there's like I said, it goes back to I feel I've been limited to where to build now, and I mean, I go on a planet and I see just like this really unusually terrain, cool, like just different terrain, and it's just set perfect, and there's like I don't know, just something about it that I haven't seen, and I'll land there, and of course, there's no electromagnetic field, and I got to sit there and decide, well, do I want to make all these towers and worry about all that, or just find another place? And I usually do the build there, but now I've gone to let's find it, because I like when you have that power and you get to get there's different animations you get for like the towers itself,
Yeah.
electromagnetic towers. You get that little animation, and that could come in handy into making your build look really cool. You don't get that if you don't have that hotspot.
Yes,
So
yeah. The hotspots are really cool when you find them. You get like a little fist pump and yay kind of feeling. I found a couple of them myself, and they're like, "Oh my God, really? Do you know?" And this is something I haven't actually had a chance to test yet. Is there a big difference between, like, say, a C class
oh yeah,
magnetic
oh
hotspot
yeah,
and an S class?
oh yeah, big
There
time.
is.
Radius wise, like you go from when you find the hotspot itself on that center spot.
Yeah.
If say you have a C class, you could go out maybe I don't know 20 U, and you see a significant drop in the percentage of the power you get. In
Okay.
S class, it's going to expand that radius, and you could build out farther with still that power. You could access to.
Really? Okay. So it's all about radius and not necessarily the amount of power output that it puts out.
It's I haven't seen I watched I haven't seen it like it ever drop, and like it's never going to run out. I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't think.
But the radius
But
is much
the
larger.
radius drops.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
That's good to know. Okay, now that explains a few things, really, because I've got a couple of bases with S-class, electromagnetic power, and I found as I was playing around with some other builds around that base area that I was able to put another magnetic power source there, and it was still there, but yet it seemed like it was, I don't know about weaker, but it was still there.
Yeah, a lot weaker. Yep.
And then I placed another one, and it was gone, just
Oh,
outside the
yeah.
perimeter of that. And so I was playing around with that. So that explains why that is. And now I know, and I can play around with that a little bit more. So thank you, sir, for telling me that. You learn
Oh, no
something new every
problem.
day.
Yes, you do. No Man's Sky. I'm still discovering things. I mean, wow, it's just amazing. I love this game.
Yeah. How did you get to the PBF? Like, what brought you to those guys?
Um, well, actually, I've had there's a lot of guys in there that I've known for a while, like ER Bros, and
Yeah.
was like one of the first guys I think who's ever came to my base. Well, not came to my base, but outside that I didn't know personally. ER's there, and then Action Pants. I'm good friends with Action, Nirvana, and all those guys.
Yeah.
And I've just kind of been keeping to myself with my builds because I can't commit to anything else really right now. I got all these ideas I'm trying to get out,
Hmm.
and with the new techniques that have been found by Action and Beeble, it just expanded on those ideas and been busy trying to implement them. But yeah, PBF. Action actually was no, it was Nirvana. Nirvana got me the invitation. She's like, "Why aren't you even here? I thought you were here already." And I was like, "I don't know. I didn't get an invite or nothing." And she sent me an invite, and I got in the PBF.
Yeah, well, it's
And,
funny that way because it's not like we recruit or we're advertising,
right,
hey, we're
right,
open, right? And then Amino, it's Amino app, and then there's several little Amino groups that you can join as well, right? And so you don't really know until you kind of know, right? And it spreads
yeah,
by word of mouth, and that's kind of how we are with the cafe. And we're none happier than to see you find your way to us, and a few other PBF builders as well, because that's kind of how we work, right? And those
right.
minds, we find that people who find us are of the same like-minded thing. Then we may not do the
Hmm.
same thing in game, but we all have the same interests and so on and so forth. And it kind of creates a really, really nice family atmosphere. And so, of
Right.
course, welcome to the family.
Well, thank you very much. I'm glad to finally get to meet you guys.
Yeah, no, I mean it's fantastic to have you guys here and to see you guys and the builds that you're making. It really blows my mind seeing what was discovered and how everybody has been sharing those ideas and coming up with so
Hmm.
much creativity. Like and everybody setting themselves apart with their style of creativity. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
it's amazing what's being done over there, and and I tune into some videos as often as I can, but I just can't even seem to watch them fast enough. What future projects are you looking forward to? Have you got like something in the works that you're working on, or that you're thinking of trying to do?
I don't usually. I don't have a. Whenever I do a build, I don't ever know what it's going to be. Actually, I mean, it could be. I might see a place and then, hey, that would be good for an R&D build. But usually, even then, if I say, oh, that's be good for R&D, I'll get halfway through it and then it will change to something else. That will become, another type of build. I don't really know what I'm building. I just go out and start throwing, as Kevin would say, throwing pieces and see what happens.
Hmm.
And yeah, that's
Well,
right
you
now.
throw.
I'm working actually on the memorial. I did a
Oh,
memorial video before, or a build
okay.
for one of the Crash Raiders.
Yeah.
I did a memorial build for that, and I found another spot. It was too perfect not to pass up.
Uh-huh.
And right now I'm doing the memorial build for that one.
That sounds really cool. I look forward to seeing that one. So, uh, maybe you can clear a couple of things up, and this is something that's been starting to circle around, the smaller groups around the amino and other groups that are not necessarily builders. There's a couple of terms that you guys use. Um, let's start with R&D. What is R&D?
Oh, oh, right, research and development.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay. So you're
those are your
researching and developing a place and builds
or
and
or
so
an
on.
item, or yeah, like research and development on dark matter. You're just testing out new things, probably coming up with some not so nice implements for that. The secret military underground facilities. That are
Yeah.
cooking up naughty stuff. Yeah, that kind of thing.
Right on. I like that. Now, I mean, it seems kind of obvious to you guys. I've heard this term before myself, but I've been asked a couple more times now. So this one is another one. WIP, WIP. What does that one mean?
Ah, I just figured that out like last month or something.
Yeah, I know
WIP is a work in progress. Someone posts a
exactly.
picture of a build and it says WIP. It's what they have done to that point in their build.
Yeah,
Work in
right. And there's
progress.
more to it. They just haven't finished it. I kicked
Yeah,
myself in the pants
exactly.
when I saw that. I'm like, work in progress? Really? I didn't think of that. Yeah, it's true. That's what
Yeah,
it means.
I
I
did the
know.
same thing.
It's funny how these little terms they go around, right? And unless you're in
Hmm.
that sort of group or that little niche, you don't know what it really means, and you kind of scratch your head and whip. What's a whip? Is this
Right?
a group or is it a faction? I don't know. So glitch
Yep.
building is another term that we're starting to really learn. What is
Hmm.
exactly what glitch building, or what would be? Why would you call something a glitch build? What sets it apart from a regular build?
It's what is it? It's using. Someone said it really perfectly. I can't remember how they put it, but it's not a cheat. I've seen a lot of people say it's cheating, and it's not. It's using stuff that's in the game already, but expanding it or like uh, I don't know, like in between of what you can do, and then there's this little tiny open window. You can do this also, and
That's
it's
right.
not. Yeah,
I
it's
don't
it
consider it cheating as either, because it is available in the game to build, and it does give you the opportunity to be able to do that. If it didn't, it wouldn't turn green when you're
right.
doing the thing.
Yes.
And so like if you hit the buttons right, it's not glitching. It's the sequence of buttons that you're
Yes.
pressing to create that imaginary effect, right?
Just like
Instead of perfect locked figures, if you hit the sequence right, it changes it to where
right.
you want it to go. So no, I agree with you. It's not cheating.
You
It's
don't
sort of glitching, or
you don't gain anything from it. You're not gaining something someone else can't get. It's like it's not like Contra code. Up, up, down, down, left, right. And you get like the spread gun. Unlimited ammo. Spread gun.
yeah.
It's not like a cheat code. It's a code in the game that's just you can implement and expand the build, expand your different ways you can build.
It allows for
Oh,
seamless lines and things to
oh
turn on
yes,
positions and shapes to be placed in ways that aren't normally easily snapped together places. And so
right. The
for
snap points.
advanced
Yes, snap
builders,
points.
you can change your snap points.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a novice builder, and so I use those snap points. But as I'm growing and learning, I'm finding those snap points can be changed. And if you do things in the right way, like the wires, you
Oh
can
yeah.
yeah, you can change those snap points and make them in different places, and that I find is very exciting because that's where the real creativity starts to shine, is being able to place things anything anywhere, and
Right.
that's
Right.
something I've watched in your videos. You're very good at. It's really cool to see the decor and some of the stuff you've put in there, and wonder how the hell did you do that stuff? Like some things are upside down and smaller and
Yeah.
bigger and
Well,
um,
the wires, going back to the wires you're talking about, it's like if you start a wire from, like, say, the bottom of your screen going to the top, it's going to flip that piece a certain way. Now, if you go reverse it, it's going to flip that piece a different way. It's all, I mean, I'm still learning this stuff with the wiring.
so it's
Um,
directional. Okay, I
yeah,
like
it's also
that.
directional too.
Okay, I like that because it tells you which way it's going to glitch build into
Yeah,
the object. That's good.
right.
Okay, I've watched a few Beetle Bum tutorials, and he's very
Oh,
good.
yeah.
I love the
He's
music
very
he
good.
plays. It's so chill.
Yep.
Is that how you learn some of the techniques that you use, or have you been developing
Um,
alongside with Action Pants and Beetle Bum and Nirvana and those guys?
I'll usually catch, like the day, I think yeah, that first time they discovered it, he actually was so excited. He, contacted me and was like, "You got to come join the game. This new technique me and people found is freaking awesome. You got to love it." And I'm like, "Okay." So I joined this stream, and sitting there. I was sitting inside of an egg. One of those eggs you find on the dead moons.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
got my I got my character to actually go up in the egg and sit. So I was kind of like hidden, but I was watching everything, and yeah, that's either I get told about it usually, or I discover it on a video about a new technique someone's
Right. So
discovered.
you're right there,
Oh
cutting edge
yeah,
technology there. Right on, man. That's really
right.
awesome. Is there anything coming up in the PBF that you guys are doing, like a collaborative build? That's like this huge thing.
Um, I'm sure we will. We're waiting on for the multiplayer to settle down because sometimes it's a little erratic.
It certainly is.
Um,
Yeah.
Especially when you're building multiple, and we like to build big, all of us.
Oh
So
yeah.
it's can't help that. I don't know why. I cannot build a small build. I mean, I try. I've done maybe one, maybe, and I don't know. I just have all these. Ooh, that would be good if I did this, and ooh, and just keep expanding. And before you know it, I got the base limit part coming up. I'm like, uh-oh,
Yeah.
I got to
Yeah.
delete.
Yeah. You're deleting and rebuilding and rethinking your
Yeah,
ideas on a smaller scale to get it all fit in.
yeah.
Yeah. I know
Because
sometimes
then
that's
you got to
frustrating.
decorating too. I mean, you got to figure that in too. I mean, you get a too big of a build, and you got to. I like to spice up the place. Make it look as authentic as I can make it, and
Mhm.
can't put any more build parts down. I mean, I even put restrooms in the toilets, so
I saw that. I saw that in some of your builds. They're like really detailed, and you've come up with some really ingenious ideas of using some of the components that are available. They aren't the actual component, but you've place them in a way that make them look like the actual component. There was a sink and the cabinets in some of them, and there was a bathroom with. It even had the toilet and the little backing tank on the back. Even it was quite amazing. I was like, oh my god, um,
Yeah,
that takes some.
A picture did that from first with the backing.
Yeah,
I could say I was the first guy to put a toilet in No Man's Sky. I'm proud to say that. But A picture, he's a great builder too. He put the backing on it, and I thought it was ingenious. That's really good. That someone added to their, something and just made it better.
yeah.
So
Well,
that's
remember
cool.
this: the toilet is one of the number one best inventions of mankind.
Right? I'm like, where do you go to the bathroom? I mean, do everybody go in the bathroom in exosuits? I mean, come on, what's
That's right.
what's that
Something's
all
got to
about?
give here. I know. It's not like I see a flap on the back of my exosuit.
Exactly.
Oh man, so that's really cool. I'm looking forward to seeing some of the newer stuff that you guys are going to bring out. You guys are always doing collab builds, and
Hmm.
I hear that once you guys get together, it's just like a planet breaking kind of a session, right? That's a term that goes around very loosely around the PBF. Is yeah, we're breaking a planet today, or we broke this one
Yeah.
yesterday. But I think that I like that. I find that's how you learn what your boundaries are. It's where you learn what you
Hmm.
can and can't do.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
A number of these things of breaking planets were tested by myself and Lily and Normie and uh, Piranha back in the
Uh-huh.
day with the TOG, and you learn a lot about the game and what you can and can't do, and some really
Hmm.
creative stuff is done this way, and that's how you get those really, really, really creative things and outside of the box thinking, or shall I say, outside of the planet thinking,
Right.
or maybe inside the planet thinking, as we've done that too. I
Yes.
wish we could still do that. I'd love to be able to bore down into a planet like we used to, and have a giant build of some of this glitch building inside a planet. That to me would be so awesome. I could almost see like a Death Star, just a regular planet, but you go inside it and an amazing build inside. That would be really
That would
kind
be
of cool.
cool. I would,
And
yeah, I would love to see that. That'd be
hell yeah,
awesome. And
definitely. And
also building on asteroids. That would be cool. Build
yes,
on an asteroid.
yes, I want to be able to
I'd
get
love
out of my
that.
ship on an asteroid and build something, and have my that rotation, the anti-gravity rotation. You sort
Yeah.
of have to go with that. That's part of the whole aspect. I think that could be
Hmm.
done, and I look forward to HG making those changes and implementing them hopefully in the future. They say they're not going to slow down, and fist pump to that because there's so much gameplay. Um, it's such an open sandbox, this game. Do you ever
Oh,
find
yes.
yourself just like not building, every now and then and just say, ah,
Oh,
screw
yeah.
it, I want to go explore and warp around a
Yeah.
bunch. Yeah,
I'll get into build, and sometimes I'll get to a spot where I'm not too sure what I want to do, or if the glitch building has become frustrating, so I need to take a break.
yeah,
And then I'll just jump in my ship, and I'll start going to system to system, looking for the next planet to do a build on. I'll just do that, and that's how I explore and
that's a good
also find a
idea.
place to build.
Yeah, take a break, right, and find that
Oh, yeah.
inspiration again. I know sometimes I have a difficult time finding the inspiration because it, to me they're all boxes. It's what I do inside that try and make them a little bit nicer. I'm still developing
Hmm.
my own style and techniques. I've done a little bit of glitch building so far on one of my creative bases,
Uh-huh.
and I had Nirvana helping me out, so it's getting a little bit better, and I'm
Awesome.
learning. That timing is the tough part. Once I get that timing, then
Yes.
it works beautifully. But that's the hardest part of the glitch building is just learning that timing because anybody can do
Hmm.
it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. As long as you have patience, a lot of patience, you can do it.
Oh, yeah, definitely, right? I mean, if you're shown the right way and just sort of take that patience, it'll come to you. And once it does,
Hmm.
it infects you. You got to do another one and then another one. And next thing you know, you've got a whole bunch of glitch builds all stacked together.
Right?
I know. Yeah, I know. I had to slow myself down and start thinking of, okay, now how do I want this to look? Because now it just looks like a mess of stuff. Um, but yeah, it's really cool, and it seamlessly merges everything together. It's really cool. Um,
Hmm.
yeah.
Yes.
So now you use a lot of decor and lighting in your builds. Uh, is that something you've always done? Use the
Oh,
lighting to create the mood?
oh yeah. Before the electromagnetic was placed, and you
Yeah.
could have, your lights would come on automatically.
Yeah.
And I think I guess I was known for lighting, I guess, because I would take the little pill lights and I would start at the bottom of a tree and at an angle, at a 40, like at an angle. I started placing them inside of each other and wrap them all the way around the tree in different colors. And it would make this rainbow effect on the tree and in a surrounding place. It looked really, really good. And I used to do that all the time. And now, since they've changed that, I probably could do it again since they've made that thing where you take out the
Yeah, a lot of
wires.
wires.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. But I probably could do that again. I just haven't been back to that and tried yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've always the lighting I've like put inside the flooring to make the floors glow. Or right now I use the with that ball thing that what is that called? You hit the button and the ball comes out and you shoot the ball around.
Oh,
I don't know
yes. Yeah,
what
I
that
know
thing
what
is
you
called.
mean. Yeah, it looks like a Rocket
Yeah,
League
that
ball or something like that.
yeah that I put like underneath the floor and it glows, makes the floor glow.
Oh, neat.
This little
I didn't know
things.
that.
This little,
Oh, cool.
oh yeah, like yeah, just dig a little hole, put it in there, make sure it's nice and flat or whatever. Or if you want it angled, it doesn't matter. And then put your flooring on top, and your floor is going to glow.
Oh, that's
Surrounding area
cool.
will glow.
Oh, nice. I like that idea. Thank you. Another great
No
idea.
problem. But actually going back to that collab stuff, I believe it was my Burroughs, JC, and myself that were probably the first to do a collab build. We never done anything like that. We didn't know how far apart we could be or how close, but we figured some things out afterwards because they had already built some of theirs, and when I got there, and I built big also, and I didn't even get half of my things done until like it started showing like some warning signs. And so I had to change it all up. It's funny to see like the old pictures, like what it started to be, and what happened when I experienced these problems, and then what ended up being.
Yeah.
But we did 3 of those collab builds, and as the builds went on, you could just see how we started learning the spacing and what you could and couldn't do. But those were fun to do, sure.
Yeah, pretty awesome stuff. When I was watching some of your videos, I noticed you had walls that seemed to move and change color. I never did figure out what the heck you did to create that effect. It was like a big round room, cylinder shape, and the wall seemed to move and change color. But I never did figure out what components you used to create that
Was it
effect.
was it the last one I just did to put out?
I don't know if it was the last one. It was one of the Geez, it was one of the many you dropped in the amino the other day.
Wow.
It's going to take some searching to find it. I may have to ask that question later on Sunday when we host the broadcast, the interview. Um,
Yeah, that's baffles me because I don't remember making a wall that we seem to move. I know Action had this thing where he put the flag and like shrink it down just enough inside of a steel wall because there's like this little poof out on the steel wall. There's a little section that pops out, but
uh-huh.
you could actually hide stuff into that. I used to hide pillow lights in there for a glowing effect, but
Oh, yeah, I know the
he would shrink
component you
that.
mean. Yeah.
Yeah, he would shrink that down, and then the flag would kind of come up here when it waved. You see part of it come up and part of it go away, and just come up here and there, and that gave a kind of a motion move.
I wonder.
It could have been something like that.
I wonder. I may have to look at that a little closer and watch that video again. It's going to take some time to find it. We'll save that
Or
for the
it's
broadcast.
right, or it's the race booster things I use. I did a race, but the very first time I used it was on my orbital build, and I had put the race boosters all in a circle, all pointing the same direction, and it made this like moving floor, and it was really cool. Everybody like loved it, and now I just did one with just a box room, and I put the racing boosters all throughout the room in a long tunnel, and it looks pretty cool.
I
Very
wonder if that's
trippy.
what I saw. I wonder if that's what I'm seeing because it sounded
Okay.
very similar to that, where everything was moving and
Yeah.
it was really cool. I've never seen anything like it, and it just blew my mind. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to hunt that video down and bring it up on the broadcast on Sunday for certain. Um, just for time, we only have about an hour before YouTube gives me all kinds of warnings and I lose all kinds of footage. So for the interest of time, I'm just going to move on with a couple of more final little questions for you here. Have you ever been interested in coming to the Unity One location and having one of your builds there?
I really didn't know that was going on, but I would love to. That'd be great.
It is
What,
welcome to
what,
everybody, yes, and you're more than welcome to come over and have a build there by any means.
awesome.
Yeah, I'll shoot you an invite, and you can just throw a base down and build whenever you're ready, and then it just makes it easy on you.
Cool.
By all means, we'd love to have you there. It's one of the places that we're just having a lot of fun with a lot of people in close surroundings, and
Mm-hmm.
the idea behind it is you can warp to any star and see somebody else's version of home,
Oh,
and it's
that's
all
cool.
very neighborly, and yeah, so we're really enjoying a lot of that, and we'd love to have you there with us as well.
Awesome. Yeah, I
Excellent.
used to have a build in New Lenin, and I used to have a build at that. I don't know, it was another hub that well, not recently, but last year I guess came out, and I did
Hmm.
a small build there. But
Okay.
yeah,
There's several hubs now in the game. It's gone to a point where
yeah.
hubs are actual civilizations now. You've got, as you said,
Mm-hmm.
Lenin, right? That's the Galactic Hub.
Yeah.
There's a Amino Hub, and that's very popular as well. The Cafe has got a couple of hubs. The
Mm-hmm.
FDI has got a hub. It seems everybody's got a hub somewhere along the
Yeah.
lines.
And
I
I'm
think Wild Space and various other ones as well, like the Galactic Empire, which are, I believe they're actually quite close.
Quintanian. Yeah, the
Yes,
Quintanian.
Quintinian
I'm actually a
Empire.
Quintanian. Joined them like last year.
Oh,
And Mr.
awesome.
Advantage is a great guy. I love Ed. He's cool as hell.
Yeah, yeah, we've
He's
heard some great things about Ed. It's a shame that
he's
he's only on Reddit because I like to see more of his stuff.
hmm
I see a
he
little bit on Discord.
Yeah, he's like one of the first guys who actually like would compliment on my videos, and what got me to keep going. I was like, he would just always chime in and say, I love your style and da da da. We should build together one day, and me and him became pretty good friends. So,
Yeah, yeah. You know what? He's always a really friendly guy, and he's always got really
hmm
nice things to say. There's never a bad thing you can say about Ed,
oh
and there's
no,
never a bad thing he said to anybody either. He's just a really
mm-mm.
genuine guy. I hope that one day we're able to get to know him in the cafe as well. All right. So this question, you may have heard this one before. Our moniker here at the cafe is a little bit of the uh, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Universe. 42.
Okay.
You've heard that one, and we use 42 or don't forget your towel. So in that vein, I'm going to ask you, do you have the answers to life, the universe, and everything else in between?
No, and I'm glad don't, because then it would be boring. And what's the point? I mean, the whole point of life to be lived is to have new experiences. And if you knew everything, what's the point? You know?
You know what? I like your answer. You're not the first person to come up with that as well. And it's a really good one because, like you said, things would get pretty boring if you knew everything.
Yeah, I mean,
And today you taught me several new things, right? And that makes it exciting right away just to know
yeah,
that there's something new out there that I can do. Um,
yeah.
Excellent.
Little tricks in there you throw in a build that can make it or break it. That's for sure. That's my opinion.
Yeah, well, you've got some great tricks. I'm gonna have to start watching more of your videos and seeing what you do, because the creativity is really amazing. I love watching those. They look like resorts. Some of your builds.
Oh
They're
yes,
just
I
so
love doing
gorgeous.
those.
Yeah, on
Yeah,
the
yeah. I like
water
doing
and
those.
yeah, the
Housing, I love doing those.
yeah,
Yeah.
decor inside is top notch. It's beautiful, and it's really quite nice to see how you've been able to use the components and make things which look like real things. Um, yeah, it's
Yep.
really awesome. So I mean, I think we talked about that earlier on, and it still blows my mind how you guys can do things like that. So um,
Right. I've
thank you.
come to know that the build is like, sorry, the build is not as hard as doing the editing. Editing the music, getting the music is the hardest thing. Come to me now.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah.
the worst. That's the worst.
When you do YouTube, you have your own YouTube channel, which is
Yeah.
obviously how you present your work to the world. How do you use like the stuff that's given to you on YouTube, the copyright free stuff?
The free, yes. I have a lot of mine aren't copyright free. It's Succession Studios, who I love their music, and
Okay.
I'm new to YouTube and new to doing these, and so I didn't know about the copyright thing until later. But they know of it, and they know that I'm using their music, but they don't care. It seems like because I'm not making any money, but
Yeah.
they're getting a little bit of
Well, some places don't mind,
yeah,
and usually if you ask permission, if it's a smaller company, they're okay because it gets their name out there,
yeah,
right? That's
exactly,
that's that's free advertising to them, right?
mm-hmm,
And
yeah,
if you go about it politely, they're pretty receptive.
yeah.
So that's good. Yeah, I love the
Hopefully they
music you
won't.
use.
Hopefully, yeah. I mean, they're great. But yeah, there's also some other guys out there that make the non-copyright, and I use that too. And sometimes I use the movie stuff out of movies, like Oblivion and stuff. Like the M83. They have good music in that movie.
Definitely. Yeah, it's epic, that stuff, right?
Yeah,
And it
yeah.
goes with the big base builds.
Hmm.
There's one thing I haven't touched on today, and I wanted to talk about it really quickly before we wrap things up. Was one of the videos you put out recently was over Christmas time. You filmed yourself going around giving Christmas gifts to travelers out there in No Man's Sky, which kudos to you, man. What a very awesome thing to do. There's a few people that were going around doing that, and I always thought it was
Hmm.
really awesome just, to see people doing that. It shows what kind of people we are, the community. We're just really nice guys. And look, we got this awesome stuff. You want some? Here, have some stuff. Um,
Right.
yeah, you're like giving
More
donuts
than
out to
enough.
people on the street. What could be awesome? If you haven't seen this video, folks, I want you to check this one out. He made this video, and at first you start listening, and you don't realize you've used a character's voice for this, and it is so funny. What made you decide to use that? Is it like an uncle in your family that sounds kind of
No,
like that, or?
I don't know where that. I was nervous, and it just kind of popped out, and I went with it. And if you listen closely, you can hear it change. It like goes
Yeah.
to back. It goes from that voice to an Italian, and then back to the voice again. It's just really hilarious. Like I don't even know where that came from. I probably couldn't do it again if you asked me. It just kind of went with it.
It was funny as heck, and I was laughing. In fact, I was watching it out of my deck smoking, and both me and the wife were laughing our butts off, and it was the funniest thing, right? Because we were listening, and you're doing a good thing, and you're out there, and you're asking people, "Do you want a Christmas gift? I got some Christmas gifts," and with the accent, it sounded so funny, right?
And
Um,
that one guy that shot me, that guy was, and that guy was like, "You get cold in your stocking, sir." It was just too perfect. It was like, what the heck?
it was, yeah, because it showed that not everybody wanted the gift, and
No, no. Some people are
yeah,
scared of me.
yeah,
This
yeah.
one guy was scared. He's like, no, that's all right, man.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Between getting kicked or being shot at or whatever,
Yeah.
it takes a little bit of bravery because you don't know what you're going to get on the other side or how that other
No, you
person is
sure
going to
don't.
respond. And it's a gift, so you think, oh yeah, people are going to be so they're going to be so grateful and thankful, and some people they just don't know and they just got kicked. And it was, oh, okay, well that goes that fun. Let's try somebody else, and that somebody turns out to be maybe a bit of a dick, and he shoots you, and you're like,
Right.
oh, okay, well,
Reavers, yeah. They
thanks.
reaved it.
Yeah, I'm glad I gave you a gift. Next time I'll give you some upgrades and we'll go from there.
Hmm.
But you were a
Yeah,
real good
actually,
sport, and it was really,
I
really funny.
yeah, I actually got a guy joined his game. He just started his ship. He hadn't fixed his ship, and I gave him some stuff to fix it, and then I gave him a couple stacks, and then me and him became really good friends after that. He
Oh
couldn't believe
yeah?
it.
Right on,
Yeah,
man. That's good. Yeah, that's I saw that part in the video. At least I think that was the one you're talking about where
Oh no, 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 that was later on. The video was made. The guy I met was like previously before. That's how I started the whole thing of joining people's games and giving
oh,
them
okay.
because
And
I was maxed out on units. I had tons of these igniters made and had nothing to do with. Couldn't do anything with them, so might as well give
just
them out.
give them away and have some fun with it.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's right.
yeah.
I know myself. I had a whole bunch of extra stuff kicking around, and I was giving stuff away, and I was getting stuff back, and we were all changing, passing, items and stuff because that was the hottest thing is we could actually pass items now,
Oh yeah.
and that to me that's what really made multiplayer really awesome. It wasn't that you could see the other person because we could always see the orbs, and I was okay
The
with that.
orbs. Yeah, I remember the
Yeah,
orbs.
but being able to pass items to each other, now that's really cool. I really dig that. And,
Yeah.
and you can actually pass things to each other in your ship as well as you're passing through in the
Oh yeah.
Nexus and everything.
Yeah.
It's really this cool thing how you can do that. And
I just
I'm sorry.
sorry. I just saw you could also fly through a teleport or a portal. You don't have to get out. I just saw you could just fly your ship right into the middle of it, and you'll go to the next planet you're portaling to.
Really?
I did not know that. Yeah, I just saw it yesterday. I was like, oh my god, really? So you don't have to worry about getting out and doing all the other stuff. You just make sure it's on, I guess. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
and then fly right through it,
Oh,
right in the
wow.
center.
That's really cool. Okay. So now you're talking about like the portals? You can fly
Yeah, the
into them?
portals. Yeah, the actual one you can put it in the symbols, whatever
Yeah.
the glyphs. Yeah, those things. Yeah.
You can
There's a
actually fly your
video.
ship through.
Yeah, video. Was it Kraz Gaming or Kraz
Craze
something?
Gaming? Oh, okay. I gotta watch
Yes.
that. Yes, I gotta
Yeah.
watch that for sure.
He had a video on that.
Oh, that's cool. Because I
I
know
never
that
knew it. I was like, whoa.
with the new anomalies, they've got black holes and stuff that you can fly your ship through.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
we've seen that. Yeah, that's really cool. But if this is like an actual portal and you can just fly your ship in, oh, I
Yeah,
can
it's like
milk
the
that.
it's like those what are those the big black things you go and you have to put in the glass and
Yeah,
then walk through it. You walk through it. Well, this he had one just like that, and he flew his ship really slow right to the center. And sure enough, he was when the screen came back on, it was like you walked through it because your ship was parked, where the ship goes, and you
yeah.
were on outside of your ship, but still you flew into it. You didn't have to get out.
That's cool. There's a few
Yeah.
locations I just have open all the time on my portal, so I could definitely
Hmm.
use that. I'm going to try that next time I fly in. I'm going to try and fly right through that portal. That's
Heck
awesome.
yeah.
Right on, man. Thanks a lot for telling me that.
Yeah, no problem.
Well, thank you so much for your time and telling us all a little bit about yourself and where you came from. Um,
Thank you.
it's
I
a real
appreciate it. I'm
pleasure.
glad to be here.
Yeah, dude, it's a real pleasure getting to know you and to share, a little bit of you to everybody else. Um, on weekends, usually on a Sunday, we try and broadcast these interviews. You are
Awesome.
more than welcome to join in for some live chat and some hijinks and shenanigans
Oh, sweet.
before and after the interview as well. Um,
Awesome.
yeah, I'll let you know what time it'll be and put a promo post out there a couple of days earlier. And usually it's Sunday afternoon. And I look forward to
Okay.
having a good time joking around with you and others PBF builders and cafe members live. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Awesome. Sounds great.
Right on, dude. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Until next time, travelers, this is American Psycho. Thank you.
Thank you.